Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Kerbal Space Program, the Race to Eeloo Season 2, and today's episode is going to be clips because of my computer problems. Kerbal Space Program is like one of the few games that I can actually play. So I'm going to make montages for the next few episodes of events happening. And what we are seeing here is me bringing down Kerbal Observer 4, which was my rudimentary Kerbal space station, single-person space station, with my fourth Kerbal, Douglas, who has a courage higher than Jeb, and a stupidity almost as high as his courage. So I find that funny to put him in. He's going to be our station manager for the few next iterations of the Kerbal Observers. I also like how this thing looks like with its arms for the scientific equipment, and then here the thermal vents. This one, you see, this is the biome mapping of Kerbal. That's all done thanks to this. The gaps are because of the station hasn't passed over them, but it isn't as outdated as I hoped. But nonetheless, I think that it could be better suited for another mission. So, like I said, this episode is going to be montages, because not only this is one of the few games that I can play on this computer, I also don't have the 3 terabyte hard drives anymore. I only have 250 gigabytes, so I'm limited, so I have to choose. I can't film entire missions at the moment, so I'll see you during the clips. Okay, next clip for today. I've landed in a relay station on Minmus, because A, we need more signs, B, we need to start working on our relay network, and this one actually both connects to this connects both to mission control as to the relay station on the North Pole, or near the North Pole of Mun. So now we are going to take the signs. Lovely signs. And yeah, I know there's some. Let's turn this. This is Oh. What? So, are we floating above? No. So turning the SAS off. Are we? I hope we landed on. I hope we landed on Minmus, because I can't really do much else. Okay, so this is going to the relay station on the North Pole of Mun, and this is going to mission control. And if we have a look in the map, you can see we now have a connection with the relay on Mun. But earlier we had a connection with mission control itself. And now I'm taking these sciences so that we can get all the signs we want. And I'll see you in a bit. And the missing letters, that's a bug. I need to restart the game, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, another clip, another landing on Minmus. We're actually now at the southern pole of Minmus. Let me show you. And this is part of putting up the new communications network. Minmus is going to be easier to convert because A, it's smaller, and B, its gravity is slower, so easier landing. I'm going to do a special science mission later this evening, I hope. Hope to get more signs, and then we shall be focusing on mass deployment, because I've got a design in mind for a ship that can deploy 6 or 8 ground-based relays on either Curb and Mun or Minmus. They'll be able to be controlled locally from the craft that I'm going to build until they land, and then they can serve as a relay. But now Minmus is looking nice, so I can deploy the radiator. I am aiming to the Mun Polar Relay 1, and now we have to aim that one over there to this, but we're going to do that after we've done all the signs. So let's observe the mystery goo. So we're only over the poles. Observe the mystery goo. Okay, so it's not as good as I hoped. It's poorly. That's not even worth anything. How about you? You're new. Ooh, 100 signs. And you two are also new. No oceans to sample. Okay. No atmosphere to sample. Okay. And my craft is wobbling. Is it actually floating still above Minmus? I hope not. Okay, so we deactivate this engine. We put it up here. We put this engine here, but we still need to do one more important thing, and it is to get a surface sample. Come on, Jeb. EVA. Let's go down, let's go down, let's go down. So, computer-wise, I gotten the recover USB today, which is fantastic since I only ordered it on Friday. It was already here Monday morning. So, thank you, Dell, for still abiding by contract, despite the fact that it's software that was on there. Had to be with delivery. Okay, Jeb. EVA report. That's not good. So, I restored the Windows is restored. The graphics card is restored. The sound card is restored. The network drivers are restored, so I can go back on the internet. Firefox is installed again. Java is installed again, so now I can play Feed the Beast again. I already tested Minecraft, Feed the Beast, and Kerbal Space Program separately, and separately with the story running, so I can record again. Hooray! I haven't, but there's like 20 different programs still missing there. No, there's like 20 different items on the motherboard still missing their drivers. So I'm not going to be using the computer until everything is back in order. So I hope by Friday everything's back in order. If I can't get the drivers for those devices done by Friday, I'm going to go to the shop and say, look, I fixed most of it myself, but these still are not accepting the drivers, and can you figure it out? Because there's two drivers that are quite important. That's the PCI controller, or the motherboard, and the USB 3. Despite the fact there's a USB that I was able to plug in a USB 3 external hard drive in there, and it was fine, and the computer works fine. So I'm not sure what's up with that. So we'll be seeing that over the week. But now I'm going to stop talking because this is only a clip in a compilation, which will hopefully be on Wednesday. And yeah, I'll see you then. Goodbye. Here's another clip for the montage. Will be rescheduled to be released on Wednesday, the 5th of February. And this will probably be the last clip. I've got some good news. So, yesterday, Monday the 3rd, I got the USB stick with my recoveries. Well, Windows recovery for the machine, for my gaming rig. And okay, I restored that yesterday. I installed everything to make Kerbal Space Program, Minecraft, and Feed the Beast working and recordable. Okay. You may actually, I'm going to lower the microphone and listen. Okay, you might hear that noise that sounds like a vacuum cleaner. That's actually the rig's fan system. That's the only thing that I am still concerned about, because it's making hell of a noise compared to the one I'm recording on. This is, you don't hear it at all. The rig, I'm not going to use it today because I'm too tired to start installing stuff today. It's now busy shutting down installing Windows updates. So that's one problem. I can't actually get Windows. So I can't get on the internet on this computer right now. Other news, my mother has found the source of the flies that's been bothering me, and it's a plant she put into my part of the house to fasten up. Apparently they're coming from there. So it's not my fault. Okay, so short clip. I'm split now in between working on the satellite network, on the communications network, and don't have to be here, and getting more signs. We're almost near what's feasibly the end of the science stream, but I need to see something. Oh boy, ignore the phone. Ignore the phone. Somebody pick up that phone, please. I need to know. It's going to be easier during the vehicle assembly building to see if we have or don't have what I want. I'm not even. It's. No, wait, it's in utility, right? Okay, so. Okay, it's in utility. No, we don't have it yet, so. I'll have to look back into the R&D. So basically, I'm going to subdivide my space program into two projects. One is Project Houston, and the other is Science. Well, Project Houston, which is a reference, there's one. We need 550 signs. So Project Houston's task is to complete the communications network, the ground-based communications network. And currently we have it set up. We've got 3 landers on Minimus, 1 at each of the poles and 1 at the equator, and they act as relays, and you see that they more or less, at least 2 communicate with the station on Man's northern pole, and the idea would be to cover this, both Man with omnidirectional signals, and also provide omnidirectional coverage on Kerbin. Well, quite limited. We're going to daisy chain an omnidirectional communications link to Kerbin's northern pole, so that we can put the communications stations on Kerbin's northern pole, which would always give us a satellite uplink to either Man or Minmus. And Man and Minmus will, with their omnidirectional ground links, will serve as a basis for satellites that will send to other planets. But right about now I need 300 more signs, so I'm going ahead and I'm going to try and get that 300 more signs, possibly with the new Man landing itself. So I'll see you guys in the next clip when I've gathered all the signs. Okay, so we just had another mission to Minmus. The daisy chain worked until the craft landed. So probably the mountains where it landed blocking it. But I gathered a lot of signs. 649.2, which should give us enough for this. Ooh, experimental stuff. Now, how much is this? I could use rover wheels, but I'm not going to. So, I've used most of my signs which I can get. Now it's time for me to say goodbye, end this episode with lots of clips, but you'll be seeing probably the first stages of the completed Houston project in the next episode. So not the daisy chain up to the northern pole of Kerbin should be done by then, hopefully. And we shall then be focusing on completing Project Houston, so that we can focus on getting to the other planets, getting to Eeloo, without having too much to worry from, oh, my communication network is out again because there's no satellite directly over mission control. So, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye. Okay guys, this is a quick section for the next episode. I don't think this will be the beginning, it will be mid. So I've launched a new Kerbin observer. You'll see that later or earlier, depending on where I put in this clip. And I also landed one of these relay stations again on Mun. This is the third one, and probably be a fourth one by the end of the next episode. And we're actually in a region I didn't know existed, namely the polar lowlands. So I'm as close to the northern pole as I can. I'm hoping that the sun will rise over that ridge. If not, this relay station will be a goner. But yeah, I'm going to return back to Kerbin with a lot of signs and hopefully unlock more stuff. So I'll see you in the next clip. Okay, second quick clip. This is the signs I got from the place. 437, so 810 signs. Just to clarify where that signs came from the future. See you guys later. Okay, next clip of today's episode is my first landing on Minmus. And the reason why I'm landing on Minmus before doing more moon landings is because I want more signs to become more proficient at moon landing, because the relay station 3, which is the closest relay to the pole of Mun, is actually pretty much in contact with the mission control all the time. So, and the other two, yeah, they're not faring as well as I hoped. So I'm now busy trying to get more signs so that I can get more technology, so that I can get better relay stations. And especially since the relay that I deployed just now is very close to, has the omnidirectional. I just need to deploy some more omnidirectional relay stations. Oh, and we've landed. Okay, so can I do anything with this? No. Lock temperature. We're at the lowlands. Observing materials bay. Yay. Okay, Jeb, you're going out. You're actually going down, because up here it's just going to say EVA. My biggest concern actually is, do I have enough fuel for returning to Kerbin? That's actually every time the concern. Do I have enough fuel for it? Okay. Release. Walk a bit. take an EV, take a surface sample, do an EV report, plant the flag. This is the Minmus tree, or the first landing on Minmus. Oh, huzzah! Now we are going back. Come on. Up we go. We turn off the RCS because we actually want to save as much RCS as we can for possible MUN landings. Keep data. Can we do this? Nope. Let's increase some speed so that we can gain some altitude. Okay, there we go. And we still have some fuel left. Hopefully it's enough. In RCS we have half tank left. There must be some iron under all that green. It's blue actually. And away we go. As you can see, the connection with the relay station is pretty much all the time. So now, hopefully we don't crash. Oh, that's the reason why nothing's working. Okay, where? Oh, there it is. Is that it? Yep. Should be easy to lower our... Whoa. Okay, 300 kilometers. 100. Yep. That should do it more than enough. Ooh, that's close. But you can see that relay, the third relay station is doing pretty well. Just the other two that are in disappointment. But that probably can be fixed when we put in more omnidirectional relay points on MUN. The relay station 3 is actually inside the valley, so it's kind of surprising that there's even a signal going through there. Okay. I need to retract these solar panels if I want to keep them before we enter the atmosphere.